Welcome back folks, my name is LastKnownMeal and today we're going to analyze The Witcher Season 2 teaser trailer and see what we can learn from it. Keep in mind, I won't be going too far into spoilers because I don't want to ruin the season for someone, but again, keep in mind some minor spoilers might appear. Now, if you enjoyed the video at the end, consider clicking that like and subscribe button. Now let's get into it. First off, we see Geralt and Ciri in a forest. Now keep in mind, in the last episode of Season 1 they finally met each other, and now they will have to go to Kaer Morhen to train. But Ciri is still in princess mode, especially here in the beginning, and she will have to actually face a lot of her fears and basically anxiety to overcome that and to become the Ciri that we know. And it does seem that both of them here are still getting used to the whole destiny thing, you know, Geralt as a father and Ciri who isn't really used to be bossed around, so that whole dynamic should be really fun. Now in the next shot we see Geralt and Ciri next to Nibelung's estate, which is going to happen in the first episode, A Grain of Truth. The difference here though is that Ciri was not here originally in the short story, but they decided to mix Ciri in and, you know, a short story together, so this will be interesting. I mean, generally Ciri will be here as a bonus to kind of serve the narrative of the destiny and the story, and Geralt is going to have, I believe, a much deeper conversation about destiny and about Ciri and what all of this actually means for Geralt in the future. So again, I do understand why they included her in the short story, but again, I do believe that in majority of the short stories that we see in the show, there will be some alterations to basically serve the main narrative, which is kinda normal for series like these. In this case, I believe they stumbled upon Nibelung's estate to rest in their way to Kaer Morhen, so this scene and then basically we have the short story unfolding. We also do have another shot spanning over the mountains, which I believe is right next to Kaer Morhen itself, so this shot could appear after Nibelung's estate, so my guess is probably at the end of episode 1 or just at the start of episode 2. And here we have the first scene of Kaer Morhen. It actually looks very similar to how it was designed in the books, but also in the games. The style of the castle is very similar to the Witcher 3 one, and that's great news. Also, the gate is completely blown out though. That wasn't the case with the games, and the reason for that is, well, humans attacked the castle a long time ago when they thought Witchers were no longer needed, and they were actually afraid of the Witchers because, you know, they thought that the Witchers were killing people, and in reality they were not. And of course, Vesemir was the sole survivor of that attack, so you can definitely still see the remnants of that battle, which again is a really nice attention to detail. And here we finally have the Great Hall in Kaer Morhen. I will be avoiding naming some people here because of spoilers, but I will be naming the most important ones. Like, here we have witchercon and on the left we have Lambert. For a second also I thought this was Vesemir, but it's not. I do believe Vesemir comes down later in the scene after Geralt arrives. Keep in mind, there are some extra Witchers here. They are most likely added as a bonus or an extra, but they were not actually present here in the books, I believe. But usually you have those roles which are left for, let's say, if there is a monster attack, you know, those guys are gonna be, you know, killed. We also have the first look at Eskel and Ciri. Now keep in mind, Ciri in this scene is very much afraid of Eskel, and I mean, so far it's hard to get used to this actor playing Eskel, but they did nail the scars which he is popular for. I do wonder how the acting side is going to be, but we shall see again. We also do have Ciri exploring Kaer Morhen and looking at all of these artifacts they have, including these two swords, a silver and steel one, which I can't help but notice they look identical to the swords from the Witcher game. I could be wrong, but this would be a nice Easter egg from the game in the show, especially if we look at the inscriptions and if we look at the actual design of the sword. It almost looks like the one from the Witcher games. Also, during one dialogue, Ciri says, "I feel like I could burn the whole world," so she is slowly learning her powers and getting aware of them, but the cool thing is that yes, Ciri would be capable of doing that if she knew how to use her power, and Geralt knows that. And of course we have Ciri getting the sword from Geralt. This will be the start of her training. After that we have a few scenes with Geralt fighting Abraxa, Verena. Now this fight should be really cool if it happens as it did in the books, but again, I won't go too far, not to spoil anything, but yes, we do have a Braxa on our hands. I'm not sure who this guy is though from this scene. It might be connected to Kaer Morhen or it might be something else, we shall see, but judging from the set design, I doubt this is actually Kaer Morhen. Then we see Geralt running through Kaer Morhen with Medallion humming. After that we see Cohen and Lambert getting ready to fight. This might be a fight with a Leshen. Again, I could be wrong because there is one more scene in the trailer which could signal that, you know, Geralt is gonna be fighting a Leshen there, but Leshens in the books are much more powerful than you would fight it in a video game, you know, makes sense, and it requires a lot more Witchers to bring it down, or a lot more, you know, manpower. We even see Danica for a second. You know her from the first season. She is the sex worker that will arrive in Kaer Morhen, then some things will happen which I'm not gonna go into. And of course a few images of Geralt and Ciri training in the forest. You can hear the beast growling. Now this might be connected to that Leshy scene, or it might be connected to something else, we shall see. Since you know, writers are changing some things from original material, so it's sometimes very hard to navigate and see like which book are they doing and which part of the book they are doing, you know. And here we have the first look at Vesemir, a look we got used to. He will oversee Geralt on the training logs that we all know about. A very cool scene here because Ciri is gonna be doing the same thing on her own. We didn't also get a good look at Vesemir yet, but looking at this pose, it's looking like Vesemir like we, you know, got used to from the games. The pose and the stance and everything, which is definitely amazing. Then we have some Nilfgaard scenes, finally, with the new armor. They finally look like a real empire, and it will be interesting to see if their armor will change further, or is this going to stay in all seasons. But nevertheless, this is a colossal improvement from the first one, and I'm definitely excited to see what happens with them in this season. After that, we have another scene of Vesemir and Geralt fighting side by side. Not gonna lie, I'm really getting excited for the Kaer Morhen scenes, and I'm actually really excited to see how Vesemir is going to be portrayed, but the actor they have for it, like, I think he's going to absolutely nail the character itself. Then we see Tesaya after the Battle of Sodden Hill. As we can see, there were huge casualties and they still cannot find Yennefer, but she is safe. We'll be able to see her in the end. Also, I don't know who this guy is, but he's being attacked and he is throwing an axe. Might be someone important, but no way to see, might be some random scene. And of course, here we see Ciri and Triss. As we all know, Triss will arrive in Kaer Morhen to help, so yes, Triss has been confirmed for Kaer Morhen. Then we have our good old Bard, Jaskier, in his new outfit with the hat this time. It does seem he is going to go through a rough time, as you can see from his almost destroyed clothes. But Joey did a great job as Jaskier, honestly, and you know, just looking at his future performance, I am really excited to see it. And especially when it comes also to music, because Toss a Coin to Your Witcher was extremely popular song, so I wonder how are they going to nail that, with what song and what's gonna be happening. But yes, a new song has been confirmed for the season 2, and I guess this time they're gonna be doing something grandiose, so we'll see how it's going to pan out. Now we also have our first look at Nivellen. Nothing too much, they're keeping the face reveal for the show, but actually he did speak in the trailer, especially at the end of the trailer. I can actually recognize the voice of Christopher Hivju, so again, I'm really excited to see him in this role. And for the end, we do see Fringilla waking up Yennefer. In all honesty, on the look side, people are not happy with Fringilla casting, but look, from the acting side, I think she did a very nice job, and that's something I kept saying for ages. Acting is more important, you know, sometimes, than getting the character which 100% looks right, because I don't want someone to be beautiful on the screen and that's it. I want them to act, and that part has been done well. And in all honesty, like, it's so difficult to actually cast someone when you think that someone is perfect for the role because of the looks. On the acting side, maybe that's not it, and at the end of the day, you don't really get anything from that. And that's all for this analysis. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. I will be making more videos on The Witcher Season 2, so don't forget to subscribe and like for more, and tell me down below what do you think about it. Also check us out on Twitter and Discord, and I do have a Patreon page. If you wanted an extra way to support the channel, you can do it below, and huge thanks to my current Patreon supporters. This is LKM signing out, and stay classy everyone. Bye bye.